everyone, I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Vince.
And it's time once again.
Recommending.
Yeah, recommending things. Vince, today we're going to start a little recommend series on stuff that we got on our trip across the country for the Midwestern Panels documentary. So everything you're going to see in the next few recommends are going to be things that Vince and I each got at some of the stores that we went to and other such places on our trip. Midwestern Panels comes out in December, and it's if you've not heard about it, a documentary about 9 different comic book stores across the Midwest. Me and Vince and Brandon and our camera guy Dan went to Nebraska, we went to Missouri, we went to, not Oklahoma, where else did we go, Vince?
Iowa.
Went to Iowa
Minnesota.
and Minnesota, and we went to a couple stores here in Kansas, and we talked to a bunch of store owners and learned all kinds of things about the ins and outs of the retail world and the community of people who go to comic book stores. And so we're making a movie about that, and we bought something at every place we went to, and so we're going to share with you some of the things that we bought. Vince, show us one of the things that you bought and tell us where you got it.
I bought this thing.
Oh, that thing. Yeah,
This thing.
that thing.
And I'm recommending it because having no legs is really cool.
Oh. Well, maybe if not him, maybe not if you're him, but he looks like he doesn't even know it though. Like
He has no, mainly because he's a plastic bank.
oh, is that okay?
Now, I'll tell you what this thing is essentially. It came out in 2006. Why? Because it says so on the back. That's how I know. And,
I would have believed you.
now this guy, you can get your monies out of here. You just have this little twist off thingamajig. That's nice. You don't have to break your figure just in case you want to actually put money inside of it. And of course, since it's a bank, there is a hole on top. So I'm recommending banks that have 2 holes.
Which store did you get that at, Vince?
I got this at Mayhem in
Ames.
my goodness, Ames. Yes, Ames.
Ames, Iowa.
And so yeah, got this in Mayhem, and it was really nice. They had this thing prominently on display next to, I think, a Thing pop figure and a Thing T-shirt, and I thought, you know what, now's the time to get that bank. So I was very pleased with this thing. I do that a lot.
You're doing that on purpose.
It's a possibility.
Doing that on purpose.
The thing that I like about this thing is that
I think you look better in a hat.
ooh.
Wait.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe I was wrong about that.
Where'd the lights go? So what I like about this thing is that in comparison to other banks, I think this one kind of stands out a little bit. Because you look at something like the Harley Quinn bank or the Joker bank, they're not bad. The sculpts are okay. But the coloring on them are very plain. It's like there's just pools of color on this. This thing has shading, and it has blemishes, intentional blemishes, and it has this really intense stare.
That's a good point. Yeah, I guess you'd probably be glad to have a figure that looked like that, yeah?
Yeah, and I just think it's a great sculpt, and it's detailed enough that it doesn't just feel like a hunk of plastic to me. If you saw this sitting on a shelf, you wouldn't necessarily think that it was a bank.
Yeah.
Until you picked it up and you went, oh, it's light, it's plastic, it's hollow, oh, it's a bank. So I like this thing that I got from Mayhem Comics. Recommend it. They have plenty of them. Go take a look.
Today I'm going to recommend something that's a little bit
this
more
one.
of a you so want this because I got so excited that I even found it. So if you happen to find this someplace, that's awesome, but I'll just show you a thing that I got. Not a thing, but just an object. But I'm recommending something that I got at Acme Comics in Sioux City, Iowa, and this is the Tick Christmas wristwatch. Really glad I was able to find something, Vince, Tick on the trip, and we saw a lot of cool Tick stuff on the trip. I was surprised. I've actually got some footage of at least 2, if not 3. I think actually 3 of the 9 store owners talking about the Tick. I was able to get a lot of people to talk about the Tick because it turned out that was just a thing that we all happened to like. And so yeah, there's actually some I don't know how much of it's going to make the movie, but there's some TikTok in the footage we got. When we were at Krypton, I skipped some figures. He had some of the Tick figures still in package from the Fox show, and there's some stuff that I really wanted that I never got my hands on. one, and I skipped those because I think it was your turn. I can't remember. Yeah.
Yes.
And so I almost spent some of my own money and got those anyway, but I didn't. And so then the next day we went to Acme, and I got lucky and found the Christmas tick watch. Now I haven't taken this out yet to see if it still works. I haven't put a battery in it. I'm sure it does. I just haven't put a battery in it yet. But anyway, I'm a tick collector. I own the majority of the tick comics and quite a bit of other tick stuff. I haven't, like I said, broached the tick figures yet. I need to get there, but and I should probably get there before they get a lot more expensive as time wears on. But anyway, so yeah, not a lot to say about it. It's the tick with Christmas ornaments hanging off of his antennae, which is funny. And this was something that came out of directly from New England Comic Press, so it was pretty rare. I'm sure they didn't make very many of these. There's not a lot of stuff like this. I know there's a tick clock. There might be one or two other tick watches, but there wasn't a lot in that vein. Tick had a decent amount of merchandising with the cartoon show, a tiny bit with the live action show, and not a ton of stuff with the comics. So anytime I find something like this and I can get it affordably, I get really excited because I know there's not a whole lot of them. They gave me a really great price on this. They gave it to me for significantly less than they even had on the box. And what
the original price wasn't that bad.
And the original price wasn't bad either. So anyway, really neat of them. Wanted to say thanks to the folks at Acme for giving me this at such a fantastic price. And anyway, that we liked every store we went to. They were incredibly hospitable there, especially. And anyway, so that's what I recommend, or at least wanted to talk about today. And Vince and I will show you some other stuff that we got on the trip starting next week. Thanks always for watching. We sure appreciate it. I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Vince.
I'm the thing. Spoon?